Hey everybody, Zeddy here again with an intro to this video because I recorded all of this before the announcement of the changes. We have a video on it early or late yesterday. I don't think we're very happy, just reverted, it's halfway, but you'll even hear me predict that's what they're gonna do in the video later. The message is true, I hope Blizzard listens. Anyways, let's get into the video.
Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and today this video is for me an open letter, an open video, whatever you want to call it, to the team over at Blizzard, not the game devs making the cards, because I know they don't make these decisions, but towards Blizzard on how, in my opinion, there are amazing ways to further engage your player base, because it is something you seem to be wanting to do with the changes to these weekly quests to win 15 games, whether it's ranked mode, whether it's battlegrounds, which I can't even imagine how long it'll take to win 15 games in Battlegrounds. That literally could be a monthly, but we know that they're going to scale it back somewhat. But to me, that's not really going to appease people, as one of the rare things in Hearthstone that people have complained about have actually been the daily weekly quests. So we're going to go into this video on why I feel like they should just fully revert everything, not scale it back, just revert everything, and go over some changes in Hearthstone that I feel would be beneficial, would help drive player engagement, and be a way for them to give back more, which they are giving 20% more XP. Why not give back in other ways? And if you enjoy the content on the channel, feel like I've earned your subscription, please hit that sub button down below, give the video a like, it helps us out a lot. So I'm over on my EU account where I don't play a lot, which is another thing I feel like they haven't thought about, where if you run multiple servers, I believe No Hands Gamer tweeted out with like the changes, he won't be able to really kind of keep up on multiple servers, which lowers player engagement, right? One thing that I have never seen people complain about in Hearthstone is daily quests or weekly quests until now, right? Like, we've all been content just clearing them out, getting the rewards. I don't hear people complaining it's not enough, that, you know, they need more. For the most part, it's a pretty good deal. You just play Hearthstone regularly, you're gonna clear the stuff, you're happy, you move on and do what you want to do, which is play the game. And fundamentally, I feel like that is the point that is being missed here. If players are too easily completing their weekly quests, too easily completing their daily quests, that means they're regularly engaged with your game. That means they're logging in every week and playing your game. That's the whole goal of quests and all that, right? They're already there. So only making it more difficult will just drive people away. It won't bring people in. Nobody logs into a game because, oh, the weekly quests are harder and give me a little bit more. Like, I've never heard of anyone who plays a game for daily login quests and all that. And I thought the team had figured this out, because you guys know I'm a big achievement hunter. I have had guides on it, and this expansion I'm not, because, well, they recognize that the achievements have very low engagement, that players aren't here to play for achievements, making your deck really bad and try and earn some extra XP by grinding these things out. That's exactly what's happening with the weeklies. To me, they seem to already have recognized that this doesn't equate to player engagement. So it's kind of baffling that the same expansion that they have the achievements, where if you look at prior sets, there's like double the amount, that they add in these very convoluted or even more difficult to complete weekly quests that I don't have all expansion to get done. I have a week, and my time, players' time is precious, and you need to value it that. And that's also another part that is just so insulting about it, increasing the requirements by like double or whatever from like 5 to 15 and only giving 20% XP. It shows where the team values most. In-game economy is valued much higher than the player base's time when it's 20% to more than double, right? It doesn't have to be equal. It doesn't have to equate exactly. But again, it shows where their priorities are. How can we get player engagement higher while giving some back to the die-hard players? Well, something that has been pitched forever and has never been done, and I don't get it to this day: end of season rewards. Currently, right now, at the end of every month, you will get season end rewards based on your highest rank all the way up to legend, where you can get 7 rare cards, 5 packs, and an epic. The thing is, I don't get any extra rewards for playing wild, for playing, well, twist when it's actually there. We'll get to that in a second. If you want to engage your player base and have them play more, why not reward them for finishing higher on multiple ladders? Say they play wild. On top of these rewards, maybe they get a couple of wild packs. They get 1 wild epic. It doesn't have to be double these rewards, but just something. Again, kind of like the idea of that 20% extra value on top of these weekly quests. Why not put that somewhere else? Put that towards the wild, towards twist when it's there, towards, I don't know, casual, towards the arena, towards battlegrounds. Put some stuff there to maybe get the standard player to try out battlegrounds every week or month if they get an extra pack for doing so. That's a way, to me, seems like a no-brainer and should have been something that's been done a long time ago. Yet over 10 years, you're only rewarded for playing 1 ladder. Another thing is, this screen just got a lot smaller, right? This screen got a lot smaller. There were a lot of players that stuck around in Hearthstone to play duels, which is no longer on the screen. Why remove it? We saw it didn't get updated with Whizbang's workshop cards. The buckets weren't updated for that. And if you're worried about the balance of a paid mode, the heroic duels, you could have just left the casual one so people have a free draft format they can play, clear quests, and is just another mode to engage the player to come into the game and play. Again, that's what it's there for. Already had the tech in the game for it. It was literally already in the game. Almost no investment needed to be made. Rather, it was outright removed from the client when you were just now saying, we want more player engagement. How can we do that when you're removing modes? That it's counterintuitive. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And another thing, if you want to drive player engagement, why is Twist ever locked out? Why is there ever an off season? Just run a rerun, run a prior season and have it re-rolled. We saw that happen already in December. They did the Ungoro season 2 months in a row. The last season, where it was like a different expansion added every day, was the most popular mode in a while. You could have just re-rolled that 2 months in a row, and people also would have been more prepared for each month. Each month, like each day change would have been ever evolving over month. And then you come back with us in June with that new format. It's not like it requires a lot of dev time or management on this mode to be active. There's no balance changes for the format. There's no, qualifying points for it. It's just another mode for players to be engaged with. So you already have the tools in your hand. The team, the higher ups, whatever, you have these tools already there. You choose not to use them, and you take one of the only things that people don't complain about, literally one of the only things in quests, and make it worse. You've created a headache that did not need to be there. And there's even more ways. You could have more events, although there is like one every month. That's something not really anybody complains about, other than like the anniversary event, because it was just golden cards, no packs. Just run more events. If you want to give back to the diehard player, don't ever have an event downtime. Have an event constantly running for 20% extra style of value. That's another thing. We could go with the Reddit suggestion of having those chained quests where you have basically what's already there, but a bit of a bonus, so you don't feel obligated to play if you don't want to. Another way to give back without pissing people off. And then lastly, I'll just say the thing that engaged the player base the most is a fun meta, a fun, balanced meta of Hearthstone. It's hard to accomplish, obviously. That's hard to achieve. But if we had more frequent balance changes, we're not waiting for almost over a month now since Whizbang's Workshop came out for that big balance change where we get buffs and nerfs and all of that. We are expecting that next week. We'll have nerf prediction soon. Anyways, more of that. Put more time into just balancing the game, having more patches, having more buffs, all this stuff you need to do to encourage player engagement. The pieces are already there. It's all in the game. You just need to improve some of those pieces, but making quests harder to complete, something that is effectively a chore. It's not something you want to do. It's just something you happen to do while you play. And when you make it a chore, I don't play video games to play chores. I do my chores in my house to do chores, and I avoid those at all costs. Don't make this your focal point to drive player engagement. Make the game, make the modes, make all of that stuff, the fun stuff that you want to encourage us to play. Make that what drives us all. Put in the duels, put in those end of season rewards, do more balance patches, just incentivize playing through the game itself and not, well, you gotta play 60 miniaturized cards in a week. Have fun. Maybe I don't want to do that. And I feel like there's a lot of people that feel that way. And I really do hope, I know we're gonna see this change, and I feel like it's not gonna make anybody happy that we revert it back to what it was, and then we add onto that in some other means. And I do hope that this is eventually listened to at some point, or, you know, maybe I'm wrong and you can let me know in the comments down below how you feel about all of this. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.